What's the most disturbing thing a teacher ever told your kid about their own body? My son Jake came home from health class looking confused. He's in 4th grade. Mom, Mrs. Rodriguez said something weird today about kids who get hurt a lot. What do you mean, honey? I asked, setting down my coffee. She said some kids just have a lower pain tolerance. That's why I cry when other kids don't. She said I need to toughen up because real men don't cry over little bumps. My stomach dropped. Jake has been to the ER 6 times this year. Broken wrist from a small fall off his bike. Dislocated shoulder from a gentle push at recess. Sprained ankle from walking downstairs. We've been seeing specialists for months trying to figure out why. I'm a pediatric nurse at Children's Hospital downtown. I know the signs of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Jake's joints are hypermobile. His skin bruises from the lightest touch. His scars heal weird and wide. It's not about pain tolerance. His body is literally falling apart. The next morning, I emailed Mrs. Rodriguez explaining Jake's condition and requested a meeting. Her reply was ice cold. All children experience discomfort differently. Perhaps Jake needs to develop more resilience instead of seeking medical excuses. I printed Jake's medical records, 3 inches thick, and drove to school during my lunch break. Mrs. Rodriguez was eating a sandwich in her classroom, surrounded by motivational posters about mental toughness and grit. I spread the diagnostic papers across her desk. Jake has a connective tissue disorder, I said. His joints dislocate because his collagen is defective. It's genetic. He's not being dramatic. She barely glanced at the paperwork, still chewing. I've been teaching for 18 years. I know when kids are being overdramatic for attention. Some parents enable this behavior. That afternoon, Jake limped off the bus crying. His ankle had given out during PE class. Mrs. Rodriguez had made him finish running laps around the gym. You said I needed to be tougher, he whispered through tears. I was absolutely livid. I called the principal's office and demanded an emergency meeting. The next day, I sat across from Principal Martinez with Jake's entire medical file spread between us. Mrs. Rodriguez crossed her arms defensively. Some parents coddle their children's every complaint. It creates weakness and dependency issues that follow them into adulthood. I opened my phone and showed them a video I'd recorded of Jake's shoulder popping completely out of socket during a simple stretch at home. This happens multiple times per week. Would you call this coddling? Principal Martinez went pale. I've never seen anything like that before. It gets worse, I continued. I pulled up Jake's genetic test results on my phone. He has classical Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Without proper precautions, he could suffer permanent joint damage or even arterial rupture that could kill him. Mrs. Rodriguez finally looked shaken. I honestly had no idea it was that serious. I thought he was just sensitive. 2 days later, Jake came home with a completely different story. Mrs. Rodriguez had spent the entire health class teaching about invisible disabilities. She'd even apologized to Jake in front of the whole class for misunderstanding his condition. But here's the twist that still gives me chills. After researching EDS for her lesson plan, Mrs. Rodriguez realized she had many of the same symptoms she'd been ignoring for years. The chronic fatigue, constant joint pain, easy bruising she'd dismissed as job stress. She got tested, positive for hypermobile EDS. Last week, she thanked me in the grocery store checkout line. Jake saved my life, she said with tears in her eyes. I was headed for a serious injury, and I never would have known why. Now she's the school's biggest advocate for students with chronic conditions. Sometimes the kid who seems weak is actually the strongest person in the room.